for your Hearthstone club.
Yeah, true.
That's all part of the scholarship.
Yeah.
You can also use it to buy packs.
Need that to keep playing
Must
Hearthstone.
be preserved.
All right. Well, jumping in to the final game of this match, game number 5, University of North Carolina taking on the University of Texas.
Well, that's kind of an ugly opener for University of Texas. I mean, 2 Innervate's certainly a welcome sight at times, but you got to draw the gas behind this.
Yeah, you know what he's going to do? He's going to get Emperor Thorson, and then he's going to have Ancient of Lore.
Okay.
Just like
That's the drop the phone turn, is the turn 2 Emperor.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my gosh, what just happened?
Well, I mean, the thing is, you have 1 Innervate to combat that, too. And with Knife Juggler, this seems to be the variant that's very quick to try and catch your opponent off guard. So even though you have Pilot Shredder, okay, I was thinking, even if you had Pilot Shredder, I was wondering if there's merit to throwing it away so you can get an earlier start.
Yeah. Shade, I think that's a fantastic pickup.
Yeah.
Allows them to innovate something out on turn 3. What they really need, though, is some longevity with that hand. Some threats to play once this ramp is gone and these threats have been eliminated.
Now, North Carolina is faced with a decision right here. If they play Knife Juggler and then Living Seeds and make 2/1s, they have a 25% chance to kill this Shade and X Ramus.
Oh, man.
They're not going to go for it. They
I don't
think
know if
Turbo
I like
Piloted
this.
Shredder is going to
Yeah.
yield them much better results.
Yeah.
I'd rather just go for the biggest threat that you have, which is Shredder.
Yeah.
And they also have Knife Juggler the following turn. That's not bad either. Because now you actually have something to play on 4. Do you just... Yeah, I guess you just don't do anything, right? You just play Darnassus and pass. Ah, it's just...
Just gets
feels so
traded
bad.
into, and then you don't have a turn 4 play.
I mean, there certainly are merits to silence here.
I wonder.
Oh, you think the Innervate and silencing?
I mean, it's something to consider at the very least.
That's really tough because you're still going to be on 3 mana anyways, and you can still silence on the... I don't like it at all, man. And just, like, being in this position, I'd rather be the other Druid player.
Oh, I would much rather be North Carolina rather than University of Texas right now. I mean, this is part of the benefit also of playing these aggressive builds is their early turns will look so much better.
Yeah.
And University of Texas says, here you go. If you want to kill the Aspirant, here it is for you. And North Carolina, that Fell Reaver, I mean, this is...
be a big one.
Yeah, if University of Texas doesn't draw, say, Big Game Hunter, this is looking like a brutal spot. They choose to take the trade.
Okay.
That's a good pickup.
Wrath helps. I mean, Wrath helps in terms of cleaning things up. It's not very proactive, but it's something.
I think you got to dig here.
The thing is about digging is that he does have a play for the next turn. But if you dig, then how do you deal with Knife Juggler otherwise?
Well, North Carolina does have a dead turn 3 now. You know, they get to attack for 4, they get to make 2/1s, but that's not really the best turn in the world. And now University of Texas, they have an opportunity to kill the Shredder and maybe even unleash this 5/5. But, you know, this is the kind of position I was talking about where maybe Unearthed Raptor is just a little bit better because it will just fight for the board so early. It prevents a lot of damage. You could just put your opponent in a sticky situation.
I mean, maybe they have Unearthed Raptor in the deck and we just don't know.
Yeah.
The Mounted Raptor.
I keep playing
sorry,
Unearthed
yeah.
Raptor.
The Unearthed Raptor is
Yeah.
the rogue card.
Sorry.
Copies of Death Rattle.
Yeah, I apologize.
What to
They're both
No
Raptors. though.
worries. I mean, like you said, Keeper of the Grove, Innervate, and Hero Power. I think you kind of have to all-in on the board. I think it's too optimistic just to silence it, or even just shoot it down and hope for the best.
I must
Yeah, if you silence it, you
safeguard
definitely have to intervene, I think.
Yeah. I mean, do you think there's any merit to just shooting it as a 4/1 and then kind of like keeping Innervate for like a turn 7? Or sorry, a 7-mana card?
The problem is whatever comes out behind it. So like if you get an unfortunate drop, you know, that could pretty much end the game. So you have to weigh your balance here. Like, you know, which one's better? It's a tough decision.
Is he trying to use telepathy?
I don't know what he's doing.
It's like, you have... He's like, what?
He's probably, I think he was saying trade the shade. Like
Well,
he was
no, I
chanting
mean,
it. Trade the shade.
That was UNC's point of view. And
Yeah. They wanted them to trade the shade
okay.
into the Shredder, I think.
Well, that swipe is certainly something to do on this turn, and you can get 4 more damage in and prep the way for Fell Reaver.
this Pilot Shredder's been doing so much work.
12 hits, 12 damage.
Well, their own piloted Shredder is actually a decent pickup. It's something to play. But
they're really paying the price for not innervating last turn.
Yep.
Now
Took an extra 4 points of damage.
And now they're going to play... oh, they're taking it now. Oh, man.
I mean, that's brutal.
Just a free 4 damage that they took there.
I don't know about that in terms of, like, that's really...
I think they were hoping for, like, a really strong 7 drop.
Yeah, that's
draw.
exactly what it was.
Yep. And now they unleash the Shade, and I think this is the right turn to do it, you know, going into turn 5.
Yeah.
If your opponent keepers here, you're not really that upset about it. I mean, this is like, there's, you know, the turn 5, they know that Fel Reaver's in this build right now. If they choose to go with Keeper, they don't play Fel Reaver. And even if they play Fel Reaver here, you can check it still. So this is the turn that University of Texas, I think, was looking for, but that 4 extra damage could really come back to haunt them.
UTA will have a way to deal with it. It's just really sloppy.
It depends. I mean, Force of Nature and even the Shredder trade is fine. Like, you know that the aggressive Druid, the only way they can answer the Shade actually is the Keeper of the Growth. They don't really run, like, big game hunters and stuff, unless they're really trying to counter other, like...
Trying to really stick it to handlock?
Yeah, stick it to handlock or, like, kill other aggro Druids.
It's like they already beat handlock on turn 6. It's just they can use BGH and Savage Roar on the same turn.
That's a dead draw.
Well, they're going to play Force of Nature this turn anyway.
Yeah.
I'm looking at turn 7, man. This is...
Yeah, they need a way to sort of win. They're on the clock now. I mean, they're in Force of Nature.
Oh,
wow.
That's interesting.
That's actually very good right now. That shuts off Savage Roar potentials.
And Force of Nature just get burned.
And they're swinging for 7.
Wow. Is Texas going to turn this around? No, you can silence it and shut this 3-1 down. I think you have to at this point. You can't play the second Fel Reaver. It's too optimistic. You might just die.
Yeah, I mean, you are dead to Savage Roar if you decide to do that.
Yes, you are. Correct. Yes, you are. Correct. So, Skip of the Groves, kill the 3-1. Seems to be the most reasonable line here.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot keep getting clocked by this 8-power Shade. That is not a winning proposition.
Yeah. Even if they didn't, the Shade would just trade into the Fel Reaver, like as in sort of like.
Oh my gosh, that is a huge draw for University of Texas. From the very start of this game, it looked like they were going to struggle to keep up with the pressure from University of North Carolina. They turned around the Fel Reaver turn by having that Shade grow to a massive potential, buying just enough time. They sacrificed a lot of life, and look at this board state now.
Still wish you were UNC now.
No. No, I don't.
Fair point.
I wish I was UTA.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really see a way for them to reliably take things out here, so I think just Shredder and the Shade kill off your opponent's Shade and hope that you have some way to use Savage Roar next turn.
You gotta hope your opponent just does not draw have 2 damage. Like that's what you're hoping.
Or Boombot.
Yeah, or try to go for Boombot lethal.
There are so many ways that UTA can just win the game next turn. Probably 8 draws in their deck,
Savage
plus
Roar, Force Nature,
a good
Keeper of the
Boombot.
Grove, Druid of the Claw, Living Seeds, like
Living Roots.
is it Living Roots?
Roots, yeah.
You want to do another beard bet? Wow, Fel Reaver number 2 comes out. They mean business.
Oh,
It has less chance to die to Boombots.
all right. Let's see what comes off the top. It's
Oh!
Hello.
It's all about nuance, precision.
That's Hearthstone.
And the University of Texas Arlington is going to take the series 3-2.
Oh man, they're so hyped.
Yeah.
It's great.
How could they not be? They just became the champions of the South in their region for this Collegiate Hearthstone event.
I don't think they're a
Can't
little
even
bit
decide who
stunned.
wants to sit up.